Hello, very good afternoon, Anushka.
Hello, ma'am. Very good afternoon to you. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you today?
I'm doing great as always.
Uh,
Thank you for asking.
Good. How was your day? What did you do?
Today, I managed my room so that tomorrow is holy, so I can be, uh, um, I can be
Hmm.
relieved that I don't have any work to do or I don't have any burden, such
Hmm.
as such that tomorrow I
Hmm.
have to manage my room. So that I
Hmm.
did that today only.
Hmm. So, what do you mean by you managed your room? What did you do exactly?
Exactly, I placed all the things at their place because
Hmm.
there are many things which are scattered everywhere. So that's what I did.
Okay. Okay. So, as you know, our rooms tend to get messed up on
Yes,
daily basis. So, it is necessary to put them back in their place or places. You can
yes,
say
ma'am.
that. Okay. Okay. Good. Good to know. So, you are all ready to play Holi tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am. Everything
Yes.
is ready. The
Okay.
pachkaris and all the balloons are stocked.
Okay, okay, that's great. So all your necessary ammunitions for Holi
Yes,
is ready.
ma'am. Yes.
Okay, so are you playing within your society or community, or are you going to a particular location for celebrating Holi?
We will play it at in our society only. There are lots
Okay.
of people here, and
Hmm.
obviously I live in a joint family, so
Hmm.
celebrating any festival is really good even if
Hmm.
we don't get chance to go outside even
Hmm.
so in joint family it's like it's a advantage of living in joint family.
Correct, absolutely right. You don't feel lonely, and
Yes,
most importantly, it gets bigger and better when you're part of a joint family, right?
yes,
And family festivals, they always come together and they make us feel better.
yes, ma'am, true.
Okay, all right. So let's get started with our today's session.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so today's topic is yet another interesting one because it is about the power of failure, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, why do you think they have said the power of failure?
Okay, so from my perspective, that why they have set the topic as power of failure, because everybody cribble about that we have failed in this, and they treat it as a setback, but not as a stepping stone to success. Because those who are really successful and intelligent people, they treat it as a stepping stone to success and as an experience gained from the failure. But those the normal ones, they mostly tend to quibble about it that we have failed in this task, now what will we do?
Hmm.
So that is
Hmm.
why they must have named it the power of failure.
Hmm. Right, absolutely. So, like you said, that failure can be considered as a learning,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Or it teaches us what not to do so that we can move ahead in our life, right? Or,
Yes,
like you said, it can be a stepping stone to
exactly.
success.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. What is the meaning of cribble?
Cribble means that to
Hmm.
complain every time or to
Hmm. Hmm.
say
Okay.
things like that, that it is
Okay.
not in my favor, the god is not favoring us,
Hmm.
so this
Hmm.
is the meaning of cribble.
Is it cribble or crib?
It's crib, but in it is cribbling in its ing form.
No. It still remains as cribbing, not
Cribbing.
cribbling. Hmm.
Okay.
The ing form will be cribbing.
Okay.
Okay. Because scribble has a very different meaning. So, cribble is basically when the act of sifting grains,
Okay.
that is called as scribble.
Okay. Okay. I was not
Okay.
aware.
So, when you want to get rid of certain uh, not required. things which are part of the grains, right? So that act is called as scribble.
Okay.
Okay, yes. But the ing form of crib is cribbing.
Clipping. Okay.
So you can say that people tend to crib a lot, right?
Okay.
But more than crib, I think they become so dispirited, right? Have you heard of the term dispirited?
Yes, ma'am. It means
Yeah. Hmm.
demotivated and
Yeah, very sad, right? They become very dispirited and they are very dejected. They just want to give up on
yes,
things,
ma'am.
right? So it's not just about cribbing, but they become extremely sad to deal with failure,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Okay, correct. So now, according to you, is success a good or a better teacher, or do you think failure is the better teacher? And why? If you think both can teach you something, you can tell me that as well.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, as you told that I can state both, and from my perspective, both can teach us many things. As we
Hmm.
discussed yesterday, that in fame, we should at that time we get to know that we should stay humble and grounded, and
Hmm.
this teaches the success teaches us to stay grounded and be humble to everyone, because if we become arrogant, we'll be a part of everyone. But if we want to stand out as a successful person, so we can follow many practices. And success also teaches that we should never give up on anything. Like maybe if we are just one step away and we give up everything, that now I'm over with this, I can't do anything else. So at that time success is a teach good teacher, and as well as failure is also a good teacher, because as I told that if it is not treated as a setback, it can be treated as a stepping stone in success. It
Hmm.
also tells it also gives us experience that what should we not do in our next attempt, and what should we do that which will help us become more successful in many various ways. So I think that both are good teacher in their own ways.
Hmm. Correct. So, yes, when people become successful, yes, they can become a bit arrogant, but most importantly, they start becoming a bit complacent. Have you heard of this term? Complacent?
No, ma'am, that's a new
Okay.
term.
Okay. So complacent is when people start behaving that, oh, I have already achieved what I want to. There is nothing more that I have to get better at. Okay. So suddenly they feel extreme satisfaction at first, but then they turn very lazy. They turn very
Okay.
lazy, and they may feel that, oh, I am good with what I'm doing. I don't have any more room for improvement. Now, that is
Okay.
incorrect, right? Because
Yes,
just
ma'am.
when we think of ourselves that way, we are calling in for some trouble, right?
Yes.
There could be someone else who suddenly becomes more successful than us,
Yes,
or they
ma'am.
may do things better than us, right? So, we should not have complacent attitude once we
Okay.
become
Success.
successful, right?
Yes.
Yes. So arrogant and complacent, we shouldn't be that. And it is good to savor. It's good to savor the taste of success because it feels wonderful, isn't it? You
Yes,
can
ma'am.
savor the taste of success, you can enjoy, you can celebrate, but you don't have to celebrate it for days together, right? You
Yes,
should
ma'am.
continue doing the work that you're doing right after your
Yes,
celebration,
yes. Yes.
right? Okay. Failure, like you rightly said, yes, it becomes a form of learning. It tells us what not to do or how can we do something better,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
How can we innovate something which is better? Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
all right. Now, have you heard of any stories of someone who struggled, who may have failed, but eventually they made it? Have you heard any such stories from your mother, from your parents, or you read it somewhere?
I have heard many stories, but the one which is coming to my mind right now is about Khan sir.
Hmm?
He is a really big educator on YouTube platform, and as well
Hmm?
as in his offline coachings.
Hmm?
And I watched one of his podcasts, and there I got to know that he was he used to teach in a coaching, but when in the lockdown during the COVID-19, he 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 felt that now everything was shut. He has no means to teach his students. So at that time, he started his YouTube channel, no, where he was teaching in near a studio in a printout where they get printouts. In that studio, he was teaching, and he said that it was really difficult to teach there
Hmm?
because
Hmm?
as it was near railway station, so the train
Hmm?
when it comes, it makes sound.
Hmm?
And
Hmm?
when they had to publish that video on YouTube, at that
Hmm?
time they had a great difficulty because he was not able to teach. And he said that
Hmm?
I taught with very meager means. I
Hmm?
used only one blackboard, oh sorry, whiteboard and
Hmm?
marker, and I was ready to teach anyone. But now
Hmm?
I know that there are many. I failed many times, but I never stopped because I know
Hmm?
I will do something great in future. So
Hmm?
now he has become a great educator, and I really admire him.
Hmm, absolutely. So this is a classic story of somewhat it resembles rags to riches,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Or not exactly rags to riches, but more like how he struggled and eventually he came up in life, right?
Yes,
And he got success which he deserved it,
yes.
right? So, very inspiring that he started in a very small place, which was very congested, right? When the space is very little, you can call it confined space or congested, which means it's difficult to adjust in
Okay,
space. That is called as congested,
okay,
right? And you said that when it was near railway station, so when it comes, it makes sound. Instead of that, you can say the location of the studio was near railway station, so there was a lot of noise pollution. That
okay,
in itself will convey what you were trying to tell.
okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. All right. So now let's read a bit on this wonderful story which is in the session notes. It's about Jack Ma, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So let's read about this and you can tell me what did you learn from this. Okay? So you
Okay,
can start reading. This is on the second page.
sure.
Yes.
Jack Ma, from setbacks to success. In his early childhood, Jack Ma failed his primary school examinations. Not once, but twice. He failed thrice during his middle school exams. During and after his bachelor's degree, Jack tried and failed to get a job at almost 30 places. He recollects in his interview. When KFC came to China, 24 people went for the job. 23 people were accepted. I was the only guy who was not. I In one of his interviews, when asked about his rejections, this is what he had to say. Well, I think we have to get used to it. We are not that good. Overcoming the pain of rejections and treating rejections as opportunities to learn and grow was what Jack Ma made of it. Having started his first successful company at the age of 31, Jack Ma runs one of the biggest e-commerce networks in the world called Alibaba Group.
Hmm. So what do you think of this story?
I think that it is an inspiring story that and also a story that teaches us something that it teaches from my point of view it teaches that
It
it's not
teaches us, it
it
teaches
teaches us
us. Hmm.
that it's not always about academics, that you have to excel in academics. Even though you fail thrice or twice, it doesn't matter. Even it matters, but it doesn't matter that much if you are skilled enough or able enough to build something in good in future, and treat rejections not as something bad but as a stepping stone.
Hmm. Okay. So we should not take it lightly that we are not doing well in academics, because that is equally important.
Yes,
At the
ma'am.
same time, we need to develop skills as well. And on our way to creating something or on our way to success, there are chances that we will face rejections. But we should learn how to accept it gracefully or
Yes, ma'am.
embrace it gracefully, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Embrace it gracefully or willingly accept it. You can even say that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, wonderful. Now let's look at a funny meme which is on the second last page, and I want you to tell me what do you think of this, and have you or someone faced a similar or same situation?
It states that you won silver, and
Hmm.
maybe it's the father of the
Hmm. Hmm.
student or the person that
Hmm.
has won
Hmm.
silver, but
Hmm.
he is saying that no, beta, you lost gold, and that's a really funny situation. And this is
Hmm.
at the same time demotivating for others, because even
Hmm.
though it is said in a lighter vein,
Hmm.
but it can demotivate the one who to the one
Hmm.
who it is to whom it is stated. Because I
Hmm.
have seen it in my class only, that
Hmm.
one of my classmates, he scored third position, and
Hmm.
his mother started
Hmm.
saying that you scored only third position in the front of everyone, like every parent was there,
Hmm.
and in front of teacher, that I know you are capable of securing first position, but you secure third
Hmm.
position. How is this possible? You don't study
Hmm.
well. So it is not
Hmm.
good that they state things that you they should
Hmm.
embrace that they have secured third position or one
Hmm.
silver medal, and
Hmm.
try to be better at the at when they get another chance.
Mm, right, correct. So it can be very demotivating, like you said,
Yes, ma'am.
because whatever is the case, the student has worked hard and
Yes,
has
ma'am.
achieved something at least, right? Even
Yes.
if the child is not able to achieve, we need to understand where are things going wrong, or
Hmm.
rather, we need to recognize their weaknesses and push them so that they can move ahead, right?
Yes. Yes,
And we
ma'am.
should not pressurize them that they have to get gold or they have to gain first position, right? Because it's not about the gold, silver, or the positions. Eventually, how will a person be in their life? That matters more,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Hmm. Okay. So now I'm going to give you a small statement. I'm going to give you a statement in connection to the topic. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
You will get 1 or 2 minutes to gather your thoughts and you'll be speaking on this. Okay.
Okay.
Now, this is pretty much like an extempore, but I'll still give you a minute or two to think. Okay. Right. And I want you to imagine that you are addressing your friends.
Okay.
Okay. In reference to this statement, which I'm going to share it with you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. This is your statement. Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. Failure is a bend in the road, not the end.
Yes,
Okay?
ma'am.
Okay. So you have 2 minutes time to think. You'll be speaking on this topic for maximum 3 minutes. I want you to keep time limit in your mind. Be very mindful of your time. Go slow when you're speaking. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So whenever you're ready, you can start.
Okay, ma'am.
Ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. So I have to start with formal greetings or just start with the
You
speech?
can just start with the topic. You can start.
Okay. So failures. What do you think that what failure is? Many of your answers would be that it is something in a task that we failed and we cannot do it anymore. And at that point, we give it a stop. But from my point of view and from the point of view of the successful people, it is treated as a setback, not as a setback, but as a stepping stone in success. They try to brush it off in a lighter vein so that they in future they don't have any regret, or they don't complain that we didn't pass in this, or we failed in this particular task. And as the statement states that failure is a bend in the road, not the end, because failure is temporary, but giving up on something is permanent. As we have seen many examples, even of many famous people. They have failed setback, they have setbacks, but they don't treat it as something which can be a which can be something wrong, or which can be treated as a failure. Instead, they try to learn many new things from it, and also they don't hide it from others, their failures, their struggles, so that the other person will feel motivated. And even if they fail, they don't feel disheartened. And what I feel is that failure, many many people fear from failure. Just because of that, many people don't try new skills, don't try new things, and because of that they stay inferior to others, and they are back at the back, and they don't try to improve their skills or learn new things. And from my point of view, what I feel is that failure is not a setback. It is something that we should treat as a stepping stone in success, and try to use that experiences in future attempts.
Hmm. Okay. That's it?
Yes,
Done?
ma'am.
Okay. Excellent. Wonderful. Good job. I know it's not easy to quickly start speaking on a topic, right? Even though you were given very little time. Very good. Excellent.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Right. So now how do you think you did in this activity?
I think that I did
Hmm.
okay, average,
Hmm.
because
Okay.
I
Why?
have the
Huh.
potential, but
Hmm.
because of the time, I was not able to gather all my thoughts and speak on
Hmm.
it.
Hmm. Okay. How could you have made it better, according to you?
I have made it better according by incorporating some examples,
Hmm.
and also
Hmm.
starting with a quote or something motivating, and
Hmm.
using my own personal example.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Fair enough. So, how can you start on a topic? Yes, you can always start with a powerful question or a statement, right? You could have asked, how many of you think failure ends everything for us? Then maybe some people may raise their hands, right? Or at least there'll be some chatter going around, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sure all of you think that failure is the end of everything for us. But I can prove it wrong to you by telling you that it is just a passing phase, or it is a stage of progress which will take us further in our life,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
So, the first thing is always start with a powerful question or a statement. You need to imagine that you are engaging with your friends in front of you. And how will you make it sound powerful to them? Right? Because you are talking about something which is so powerful, right? What does the statement say? It says it's just a bend in the road. You could have given simple example of driving, right? So when somebody wants to drive or even ride, they're very scared. what are they scared of? They're scared that they're going to have a fall or they're going to hurt themselves, right? Or
Yes,
in
ma'am.
case if they lose balance while riding, or even if they lose control while they're driving, there is a fear which sets in,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
And they start beating themselves up that, oh, I failed. I did not pass the test. I did not do well, right? But
Yes,
it
ma'am.
is just a learning aspect which is necessary for us to do better later,
Yes.
right? So that is what it is talking about here, right?
Okay.
So even though you gave some wonderful statements, but what I felt was you could have given your own example or somebody in your family who had some sort of rejection or didn't do well. How did they come up from that? How did they become resilient? Have you heard of the term resilient?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So resilient means the ability or the willpower to rise
Okay.
when things don't go well or something put you down. That is called as resilient. A person is
Resilient.
resilient. Okay.
Okay.
Or showing resilience, right?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
showing resilience, you can say, right? So it is all about resilience and or willpower to rise and try again, correct? And instead of saying stepping stone repeatedly, you can always say that it is a passing phase, or you can say it is stage